So what type of impact are the national retailers or the specific actions, specific tenants having on Maine retailers? You were saying that you want to anchor with some big boxes and then you fill in with the smaller independents. Do you think that there's a year that where there is a following, or that the smaller independents that you recruit are really paying attention to those bigger retailers?
I think in most of our main centers, it is driven by the critical mass that you have for the smaller shops to feed off of your grocery store, your discounter, your better apparel players. In and around big urban area like Boston, and you can get a bunch of different types of product in terms of the retail property. But I think the shops definitely look to where that critical mass is.
And the critical mass, so it sounds like you want to have, or there's a formula of sorts of a triad of grocery, food, entertainment. Like it sounds as if that's,
Well, you want to get as many shopping trips a week or visits a week.
Like park once and shop.
Exactly. Whether you're buying groceries or going for entertainment, it's just the more times you can get somebody driving in your driveway is going to be helping these folks generate some sales. So, and it's diversity of your tenancy, your tenant mix is just critical.
One of the things that the shopping center industry has taught me is that originally it was founded on you're going to have anchors, and we're going to let them have it for $2-3 a foot, and we're going to let them be the draw, and then we're going to put in the color. Thank God for the color. And as a shopper, I love color, but it's still very similar. I mean, the formula hasn't changed much in 40 years. What has changed is the innovation and the excitement. Just the fact that this gal, and I don't really know you, but I want to know you, and I'm going to go shopping there.
I am not the county.
Well, come north, hon, come north. Is the fact that she did it, and she did it with the help of her associates, and that she wanted to remain true to the location factor, and that she had a product, she had a commitment, a passion, an environmental thing that bring in those old sales, and we'll do something with them. That's the future of retail, because that looks at it from every angle and you fulfill it. And I'm excited for you, and you did it, And yes, I love Best Buy and all of those, but man, Seabags, you go, girl.
And that means, like, who is driving, like, in terms of renting or owning, is it a renter's market or is it a landlord's market?
Oh, it's a renter's market. Right?
What do you?
Well,
in the county it is. Okay.
I'm going to say that our occupancy has never been higher.
Oh, good for
So,
you.
and that's just right, and that's just a function of the recovery that's been had, and in spite of what some of the presidential candidates say, the economy is booming. It really is, and these retailers are, so many new ideas are coming out from retailers today, and there's venture capital money running after them, so there's room to grow. It's a great market for retailers to create, and it's shown the results are in great occupancy.
Well, it's in Maine.
So what do you think is the biggest consideration that a retailer should consider in a lease?
In a lease?
When they're choosing a location.
A location. Well, it all comes back to demographics.
Right.
And,
Which would be very different for you.
Well, no, it's insane, because if you don't have market, if you can't deliver the market potential, then you can't deliver the business. So it ultimately comes down to whether it's the Canadians, which is 65% of our market, and they're kind of sitting on their side of the fence these days, and that's a serious issue.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure it affects the state on a huge level. There's 3 of them to every 1 U.S. So it's still delivering the market, and hopefully the development company does the homework to realize that, you've got, primary and secondary and tertiary, and all of them are equally as important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a location like yours just draws from.
And you have Canadian
We do,
market.
absolutely. And depending on the season, we could climb up to 30 to 32% of our shopper can be from Canada. And
I mean, that's a long trip.
And they come from, Quebec and Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, and, they love to shop, but they're very frugal. So, unfortunately, the past couple of years, you see the numbers, dropping. Our tourism partners, the hotel stays this summer went from 7 days to 4. Instead of, and that's why it was so important for me to work with my retailers and say, you need to get me some deals. You need to get me some coupon offers that let us put them in the shopping packages for the holidays, whatever, because the Canadians, when they get here, they're going to be tight with their money, and then if you at least say to them, well, we can give you this, then, for you guys that have your own businesses, it's a lot more difficult for national retailers to get offers from their corporate offices, but I would highly recommend that anybody who owns their own business to keep in mind that since the Canadian market is, shifting, when you're looking at 70 to 72 cents on the dollar, that's a large drop from 90 to 95 cents a dollar. See if you can have a special. It's Canadian special or certain weekend shops. I can Saturday have 20% off. Show your Canadian ID, something like that. That's going to help you guys boost that Canadian dollar because Maine really does, and it's not just northern Maine. Like people just think, oh, it's not in Kittery. You're in Kittery. You're on the border. It's like, yeah, but it does because they come down to Kennewickport and they stay down there and they go to the outlets because that's where they think they're going to get the deals.
Good deal, yeah.